guys, it's Marie here and welcome back to my channel where I talk about acting and monologues and I give advice and I take you on my own audition experiences and vlogs and I make short films. That's what this channel is for, so welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about acting tips for being on set and set tips and just a couple of things that you need to know or that you won't know unless you've been on a set before. And also I will be announcing the winners of my YouTube giveaway. In case you guys didn't see, the link will be in the description. I had two giveaways. One was for an Amazon gift card and I already announced that winner and that link will be in the description. And there was a second giveaway and that was to be in a short film with me. And so there's also a second place prize and a third place prize, and so now I'm going to be announcing who those winners are by the end of the video. Stay tuned, keep watching, and I hope you guys enjoy. Here are some tips for being on set that I would have never learned if I had not been on set before. One, the director always is usually a guy and they always seem like super mad or like demanding or serious, and it's really weird. Whenever you're on set, the director is usually kind of bossy and it's like, okay, I want you to do this and I want you to do this and make sure you do this and do all these things. And when I first was on set, I was like, is he mad? He seems mad the entire time. Does he not want to be here? And honestly, no, that's just not it. That's just the way that a lot of directors direct. They want to get things done. They want to get done their way. They kind of want things to be snappy and they have a picture in mind. Often like people will be like, hey, well, why don't you try this? And he's like, nope, I want it this way and it should be just like this. And that's what a lot of directors are. And it doesn't mean that he's mad at you or you're doing a bad job. If you're doing a bad job, he will probably correct you or he'll tell you something else that he wants you to do. But if you are chosen for the part, it means you're already good enough to do the job, and so you're not doing a bad job. It just means that he wants something fixed. So don't worry about it, don't stress out about it, just kind of accept it and be like, hey, that's normal. And then there's some directors who are like super duper nice and super laid back, but usually sometimes that's not also always a good thing because sometimes they don't get things done as fast as they need to. You kind of have two different things. Be sure that when you're on set, you need to keep yourself focused on you and your character. So stay in character. It's kind of hard sometimes because one, you jump around a lot and you're doing a lot of different things. You have breaks and you have food and there's people talking everywhere and it's easy to get distracted. But in between takes, on set, doing different things, you need to make sure that you're staying focused and you're in your character and you're going over your lines, because what happens is they take a break and then bam, they're right back to filming. And you don't really get like any rehearsal time once you're on set. Like once you're on set, they tell you this is what you're gonna do, they run you through it once and then you go. Almost every single experience I've had, unless it's like a really long scene, we've done it in like 2 or 3 rehearsals and then go right there. Not even more than 10 minutes prep before you say your lines. You have to make sure you're focused, you know your lines, you can say your lines quickly and efficiently, and that you don't get distracted, because sometimes what would happen to me is I would start getting distracted and then it was time to jump back into the scene, and one, I wasn't back in the character, I wasn't thinking about the moment before, and two, I didn't quite have the lines fresh on my brain, so I had to kind of think about it, and that led to a worse performance. Tip number 3, drink lots of water. Drink water beforehand because you are going to get thirsty. You're going to be doing a lot of talking, and so you don't want your voice to sound like you're dying. And in between takes, you want to also take water. I remember one of my commercials and my voice was just sounding like this because it was like a monologue and I kept on going over it over and over again. And then he finally asked, hey, do you need water? And I was like, yes, I do need water. So if they don't offer you water, ask for water, bring your own water, be prepared, have water. Second tip, do not eat chocolate or dairy. That is just so important because those things clog up your throat. They make your talking and your tongue movements and just everything in like that throat region is just like mucusy and not good for talking. It's definitely not something you want to eat on set, or if you do, you need to wash it down with like tons and tons of water because that stays in your throat. And this kind of just occurred to me like just now, like don't eat anything like Skittles or like drinks that are going to make your tongue red or blue. Keep your throat clear, take lots of water, take a breath mint, take a cough drop. If you want to try this out for yourself, talk and then eat some candy and see how your throat feels. Your throat is different, it's coated and it's not going to be the same, so you definitely don't want to drink dairy, anything dairy related, yogurt or chocolate like M&Ms. You want to be able to say all of your lines word perfect before you get on set. Now you might be like, hey, you get on set and there's some other actors who don't know their lines as well, and so what I'm going to say, first things first, so you are a professional and you know all of your lines before beforehand. Knowing all of your lines is kind of hard because sometimes, like I did a commercial, and the lines were very technical word jargon, and it was hard to remember and have any emotional connection. So what you need to do is practice 3 days beforehand. Run through the whole thing several times, and then what you need to do is run through different chunks of it, because often what's going to happen, like when I was filming my commercial, we went over like the end part first and then the middle part last. So you want to make sure you have all of those pieces and you can kind of like pick up anywhere. So if they say start from here, you can say that line perfectly. Know your cues very well, know your steps and know your actions. And also, when you practice for being on set, don't just say your line sitting down, but often you're going to be standing up. So stand up, pretend like you have a camera following you around, and say your lines like that. Next tip, I've lost track of what number this is. Bring a range of clothes. They will probably ask you, especially if you're on an indie set, to bring your own clothes. So what you want to do is you want to bring different colors, different styles, styles that fit the wardrobe that they ask for. Every time we go on an acting audition or anything, we always go shopping because each casting director wants something slightly different. Sometimes they want dark casual clothing, sometimes they want more uptight formal clothing. It really depends on what the film is. So usually if you bring like 2 to 3 outfits, there's one thing in there that they can use. So bring colors that flatter you and clothes that you're comfortable with and that you're comfortable in. Things that you feel would suit your character the best. If you just bring one, well, they don't really have an option and they're probably not going to be too happy with that. Something that I also do when I have an audition or a film thing coming up, I often talk to my director beforehand and I ask them about wardrobe and I say, hey, what kind of clothing do you want? And then I pull out as many clothes as I have in my closet that fit that criteria, send them pictures, and usually they'll tell me to bring 2 or 3 choices out of what I've sent to them. Also, for indie sets, you need to bring your own makeup because they may not have makeup that fits your skin tone. Like me. So what I usually do is I have an acting bag, and I have an acting bag that has my makeup, it has my paperwork, it has my clothes that I want to bring, it has my phone, it has my charger, it has my script, it has 1 to 2 pairs of shoes, and water, maybe a couple of snacks, so you can be completely prepared for your on-set debut. And this kind of leads me to my next point, paperwork. You need to have your paperwork. Do you know why I know this? It's because I forgot my paperwork, and it actually wasn't a big deal. I was late, but it wasn't too big a deal. I needed my permit because I'm a minor. So one, check with your agency or with the director if you need to bring your permit, because sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, especially if you're getting paid, you definitely do. And then put it in your bag, put it on your list of things you need to bring, check the list to make sure you brought everything in that list, and make sure you have your paperwork, make sure you have maybe vital wardrobe stats that you need, all those important things that you don't think of. As you're looking through and you see, oh, I need this, I need this. A good plan maybe would be to make a list of all the things that you need, and that could possibly help you. Communicate your needs. Don't be afraid to ask for bathroom breaks. Don't be afraid to ask for water. Don't be afraid to ask questions that are pertinent to what you're doing. So if you need to use the bathroom, don't just like dance around and be like, huh, I'm fine. No, ask to go to the bathroom. If you're not comfortable with something, or if you want to ask your mom about something before you do it, ask your parents. They should be on set anyway and they should be watching, but communicate the things that you want. If you have a question about something in the script or how you should say this, ask. Now, one thing, you might not always want to ask the director because he's usually very, very busy. You don't want to ask the director things like, hey, did you like this line that I said? Or what did you think of this? Can you give me some feedback on my acting? That is exactly the director's job, to give you feedback on your acting. So if he didn't give you any feedback, it means he's okay with what he filmed. But asking him, he's not your acting coach and he's not here to make you better. He's here to get the job done. And so whatever your acting skill is, that's what he's gonna have to accept. Now, you're probably gonna end up bothering him more by asking him a whole bunch of questions about your acting than having bad acting. But if you have a question about a stage directing, something he directed you to do, definitely ask, definitely clarify, so that way you don't end up having to make them do several takes. Be professional, be professional. The directors and the crew, they're always very nice people for the most part, but they're not here to be your friends. It's not a social gathering, it's not a party, this is a job. They should always be welcoming and nice. but they may not want to become your best buddies. Especially the other actors, even if it's an actor you admire or someone you think would be really cool, you can definitely talk to them and make jokes. This is not the time to be giggling off with your other actor buddy when the director is talking. It's not a school teacher situation. This is a job. And so be sure that your number one priority is getting your job done. It's not a good idea to let it disrupt your acting ability. Something you can do is encourage them to rehearse more. When there's free time, there's downtime on set, be like, hey, wanna work on this, and that will help you guys both so much. And so that's definitely something more to pay attention to or be worried about than anything fun. And that's not to say that you cannot have fun on a set, because sets are so much fun, but you definitely can't goof off and be silly and get on the director's nerves because you're not paying attention or you didn't hear what you just said. Be professional. You're mature and you can rein it in. Yes, that was most of my acting tips for the day. You guys can see I'm wearing the shirt that I've already worn before, but it's okay. Now it is time to announce the winners of my giveaway. First of all, I just want to say, all of you guys, every single one of you, I watched all of your monologues, submitted amazing monologues, and so if I honestly could, I would make everyone get a prize, but I can't. And I felt that these ones did better overall in all areas. They were memorized, they were energetic, they obviously put a lot of effort and energy, and not to say that everyone else didn't, but you could see that they have acting talent and skill. And these people are honestly so talented. You guys are all so talented. And I'm like, damn, that is so good. So yeah, you guys did amazing. Thank you for submitting. I loved watching it. I loved seeing you guys' monologues and seeing that you guys took the time to submit. So thank you for that. I hope that you have another opportunity, even if you didn't win today, to get better and to do another one. And so thank you very much for submitting. I mean it, every single one of you guys who submitted, I thank you very much. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on to the third place winner. And that person is Joseph Andrew. I'm going to leave his YouTube channel below. I don't know if you guys have seen him commenting in my description, but thank you. I loved your monologue. I loved the energy. I loved it, honestly. Honestly, for first, second, and third, I could not choose at all. You guys were like this close. It was only just based on really tiny things that I chose this. Second place goes to Brianna Massey. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. Your monologue was amazing. It was like so good, so good, so good. I showed it to someone else who was helping me judge it, and he also thought it was really, really good. So just 10 out of 10. Great job. Thank you for submitting. You're talented and amazing, so thank you. And first place. So first place winner gets to be in a short film with me. It's gonna be promoted on my channel, and you know, I'm gonna edit it and do all this fun stuff. It goes to Whitney. Thank you so much for submitting. I think you did amazing. I loved the energy. She wrote her own monologue, which was so freaking good, and it was just amazing. Honestly, for everybody who did it, you guys did great. So thank you for sharing it. I thank you guys so much for watching my channel. If you guys liked it, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my other videos, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao! Mwah.